Hi, my name is Naveen Tara. I'm mother to two children. So my second child is Taran Kamath, who is 13 years old now. And he was diagnosed with a very rare genetic disorder called Niemann-Pick. 2009 December, Taran was born. He met with all his milestones that he had. The only thing which was little different about Taran was that he had a little bigger tummy. The pediatrician said it is a child belly, usually goes off as they grow older. So we left it at that, but it was 2.5 years and the belly was still there. With a little bit of hernia, present. The reports came in that he had a little bit abnormally bigger liver and spleen. The only thing that we knew was liver and spleen are bigger, but other than that, everything seemed normal. One of the doctors suggested us maybe you should go in for a genetic testing. And that's when we took out the sample, blood sample, and sent it to this organization called CDFD. That's where CDFD gave us the report saying that there was something abnormal in his blood and it might be suggestive to be Niemann-Pick disorder. 2022, he got infected and he got severe stage 4 pneumonia. So this is also one of the prognosis for Niemann-Pick. So we don't know what it was. It was an infection with an underlying Niemann-Pick around. So it was a combination which was very horrible to have. He was admitted into the hospital. He was in ICU for a week. When he got discharged, that is when he got discharged with an oxygen concentrator. And that's when we saw the most horrible side of the disease. We used to travel, we used to take him out, rather a very okay kind of lifestyle. Being on oxygen for a child who has always lived freely, who has always walked freely, going for his drawing classes or going for his guitar classes. Suddenly everything is bound to a room for him. It was a very difficult phase. And eventually what also we saw is his body balance he started losing his body balance. He had to literally hold and walk. Even to go to a bathroom was quite a task for him. And then sometimes he used to suddenly fall down, because he was not having the body balance. So that's when we saw the horrible side of this particular disease, which we had not seen for the last 12 years. Some of these rare diseases has to be documented well at a global level, even at the India level, where this data should be available for the doctors also to be, to see this data globally. The first step as parents for us was accepting that he is going to be a special child, right? I mean, in terms of his appearance, he will continue to have a bigger belly, which might restrict his lot of physical movements. Apart from that, he might be exposed to a lot of medical conditions. So the first step for us as parents was to accept that he is going to be like this, and then the second step was also to make our immediate family aware and educate them in terms of how Taran is going to grow up, and then educate the sibling also, get her on board as well. So these were some things that first as parents we had to understand. We had to look for a proper schooling for him, because we don't know, he might live up to age of 60 also. In that case, I need to educate him. He needs to have his knowledge. He needs to keep his mind active. So then we started looking at schools which are going to give him that special care. Basically, it was a Montessori school which taught him things as he's playing, and which gave him the confidence to learn at his own pace and experiment with a lot of things. He can't go and play football. He can't run very fast with a bigger belly. He does get back pain. He has ankle pain. So what is an alternate that I can look at for him in terms of exercises? So we looked at yoga at a very young age for Taran. So he started practicing yogasanas. So finally in October, the medicine was approved in US, and that's when we were able to, the government gave the approval to import this drug to India. And finally on 15th November 2022, Taran got his first shot of enzyme replacement. So that was the best day for us. We did celebrate on that particular day. We started observing in the first few weeks itself, his energy level started boosting up. He was fresher, he started being talkative. His teachers from school also started giving feedback in terms of that he's being very responsive to his classes right now. So that was the first change that we saw in Taran. The second biggest change came in when he was off his oxygen concentrator completely. So he was free again. He was more happier than anybody else at home that he can now go to even his grandparents' house and stay without an oxygen concentrator. So uh, that happened earlier. His stomach, which was very big and hard like stone, started slowly softening, and right now that is also decreased. So it is like a magic molecule in him. Something is working, and wonderful things are happening. So he started going back to his drawing classes, his guitar classes. Now he's slowly going back to his walks and to parks and everything. So it's a life which probably, it's a childhood probably Taran will see which he never had in his entire life, right? It was always constrained for him. Probably he'll see a new childhood. So some of my family, they tell him, we are going to see Taran 2.0 now. So the new Taran.
जान से प्यारा है सबसे न्यारा गुलिस्तां हमारा है सदियों सदियों से भारत भूमि दुनिया की शान है भारत माँ की रक्षा में जीवन कुर्बान है भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है सबसे